Shasta County has a plan to help track stolen vehicles and how you can weigh in on the potential investment.
Plus, a deal for the state to run facilities at Lake Oroville has been in limbo for 18 years. Tonight, we show you why.
And we're getting answers to your concerns about debris left behind months after a homeless camp clear out in Palermo.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
The original 50-year license for facilities at the Oroville Dam expired all the way back in 2007.
And that means that operations run on a year-to-year basis, and local leaders tell me that benefits the state much more than the local community. The original handshake deal made in the 50s with the DWR promised guided tours, hotels, a monorail, most of which didn't happen. But a pending 50-year deal drafted in 2007 would guarantee $1 billion in initial recreational investments and additional annual benefits for Butte County and the city of Oroville. But the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, or FERC, needs more info from U.S. Fish and Wildlife regarding endangered species before they can make that deal official. And what can you do as an elected official?
Well, I mean, I am a little bit torn on it. Yeah, I mean, 1-year extensions is not really a good way to go about things. Certainly not the most efficient way to do things. But it is an old agreement.
I want to get this to fruition.
Yeah.
I want to get some sort of settlement. I want to be able to look my grandkids in the eye and say, we got some sort of settlement or agreement, or at least I tried.
The U.S. Senate just confirmed 2 new FERC commissioners, changing FERC to a conservative majority. Assemblyman Gallagher believes this could expedite the process, and you can learn more and find the full in-depth story on our website.
Months after Butte County cleared out a homeless camp off Railroad Avenue in Palermo, a big mess remains. And it's a mess that neighbors say is also dangerous. Action News Now reporter Shasta County spoke with neighbors as well as local leaders about the delay in cleaning up the junk.
We're a little town and we're getting disregarded.
Rory Summers has lived on Railroad Avenue in Palermo for over 20 years. She said up until a few years ago, her street used to be a safe space until 2017 when homeless camps started popping up. She says this past August, Butte County Code Enforcement got the people to leave, but they left their trash, drugs, feces, and debris behind. She said only the trailers and vehicles were removed. Summer worries that this is a fire and health hazard and has reached out to the county repeatedly.
Literally, if a child came across the street from here or to here, they could get stuck by needles that are all throughout this trash. It's not a good sight. It depreciates the value of your property. It's fearful, it's hazardous.
So I reached out to the manager Code Enforcement Division for Butte County, Chris Jellison, to find out why they haven't cleaned up. He explained that the lot is split between the city of Oroville and the county. He says the county's public works partially cleaned its half, but the Oroville's code enforcement team and 2 Oroville council members told me that the specific lot Summer is worried about is county property. Summer says the refusal to take action has been frustrating.
When is somebody going to step up and protect us in Palermo? We're Butte County. Butte County needs to step up and take care of us.
I reached back out to Jellison with Butte County Code Enforcement to clarify, and he said that lot is county. He said Code Enforcement will eventually get to it, but he doesn't know when or how long it will take. I reached out to Butte County Supervisor Bill Conley, since this is his district, to see if there was something that he could do.
Well, we did our job and got him to leave. I mean, if I'm made aware of something like this, I always take action on behalf of the citizens, and I contact Code Enforcement, and I always follow through. As far as the cleanup, it'll be coming if it's in the county.
In Palermo, Shasta County, Action News Now.
Summers says she does plan to go to the Board of Supervisors meeting tomorrow to speak with supervisors about the urgent need to tackle this issue.
Signature Healthcare and Arch Collaborative are moving forward with a funding request for a new behavioral health campus in Shasta County, despite local opposition. We told you last week when the county supervisors voted to accept a letter of opposition against the campus, citing concerns about the county's responsibility to provide Medi-Cal health services. But Signature said it plans to submit its proposal under California's Behavioral Health Continuum Infrastructure Program tomorrow. Signature says it hopes to identify a collaborative path forward with Shasta County HHSA.
The Shasta County Sheriff's Office says an inmate has died but was found unresponsive in his cell at the Shasta County Jail. The Sheriff's Office said that they were alerted yesterday by inmates that 24-year-old Michael Jorgensen was unresponsive, and they initiated life-saving measures and even were able to regain a pulse and breathing, but he was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The Sheriff's Office and Major Crimes Unit has launched an investigation along with the Reading Police Department's Detective Division. At this point, though, they say there's no sign of foul play. And now a live look from the Alert California Concow Mountain camera here in Butte County, and you see the sun on the peaks above and dark, shadow below there.
They call that the golden hour, right? That was an amazing shot, Howie. And I mean, we could probably expect more of that this week with clear skies ahead.
I think it's going to even be nicer, well, in terms of warmer with that same sunshine. So looking pretty good so far, and we're looking to look even better later. Here's a look at our current temperatures. So we got close to 70 today. You'll have to find out how close later tonight at 11 when I give you the high temperatures. Right now in Chester, we're at 59, 60 up in Weaverville. In the valley, for the most part, cooling already down into the mid-60s. We're a little breezy today. We had some winds gusting to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. Those winds are starting to settle down. Now here's a look ahead. High pressure in control, holding storms away. That means we'll be drier on the warmer side for much of the week, but without that cloud cover, we're going to cool down. We have a freeze warning in Trinity, frost advisory for northeastern Mendocino. So temperatures dropping down to 33 degrees or lower. It's going to be chilly in some spots, but we're going to warm up overall. We'll talk all about it in a few minutes.
I feel like this is the first freeze warning you've told us about.
Yes, we had a frost one last week. This is the first freeze one, yes.
All right. Thanks, Howie.
Well, we're learning more about that gunfire that struck a downtown Chico business. Action News Now reporter Emilio Del Carpio is live in Chico. Emilio, investigators say this all started with some sort of altercation.
That's right, Haley. Chico police also tell me they believe no one was hurt. However, it has left one downtown business cleaning up the damage. As we told you yesterday, it happened around 4:45 Sunday morning near Main and 7th Street. Multiple reports of gunshots, but no crime scene or shell casings were found at the time. A few hours later, officers discovered 2 bullet holes in the front window of Helen's Donut Nook on Main Street. Investigators say it likely stemmed from an altercation near 9th and Main and that the business wasn't specifically targeted. I spoke to the owner of a bike shop adjacent to the store about how the community can help as the business repairs the damage.
The thing I'd like the community to know, to be aware of what's going on in your town, but I'd also request, glass is very expensive these days. I think they got a quote of a couple $1,000s to replace these 2 windows, which has gone up considerably since the last time I replaced a piece of glass at my business. So I would encourage the community to come on down to Helen's Donut Nook and buy a donut or 2.
O'Brien says it's upsetting to see the violence like this in the town he's lived in since the 1950s, and he's encouraging the community to show support for Helen's Donut Nook as they work to repair the broken windows. Chico police are still investigating what led up to the altercation and are asking anyone with information to contact them directly. Live in Chico, Emilio Del Carpio, Action News Now.
All right, thanks, Emilio. No one was inside the donut shop when those shots were fired.
New tonight, Chico police arrested a man they say stabbed another person, then tried to kidnap them. They say 66-year-old Jose Cebrian assaulted the victim with a knife and threatened him at a home in the area of West East Avenue and Gwynn Avenue. A bystander, though, separated them and held the suspect until officers arrived. The 79-year-old victim was treated for unspecified injuries. Cebrian remains in custody and will be booked on several charges.
Tonight, the Shasta County Sheriff's Office is inviting the community to learn more about a new tool they hope will help solve and prevent crimes. Action News Now reporter Jesse Angelo has been in the meeting since it started at 5 and brings us the latest.
The Shasta County Sheriff's Office is currently holding an informational meeting regarding their proposed implementation of the Flock license plate recognition camera system. The system would include 24 cameras to be placed around Shasta County, and the Sheriff's Department says it will help them in investigating missing persons cases like silver alerts and amber alerts, as well as aiding them in arson investigations and stolen vehicle investigations, just to name a few. The camera system comes in at a cost of about $550,000 that would be paid for out of Zog Fire settlement funds. The meeting is taking place here at the council chambers of the city of Shasta Lake, and I'll have a complete report coming up later. In city of Shasta Lake, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now.
No action will be taken at tonight's meeting. It's purely informational to hear from the public. An Eaton fire survivor embarks on a 500-mile journey to paradise. We have the details.
Plus, this week on Straight from the Source, we'll hear from Oroville's mayor about AI in law enforcement and lessons he learned as the fire chief.